Ricky works as a hostess at a restaurant and was recently engaged to her man, Travis. But a wedding requires a lot of planning and a lot of work. And Ricky finds herself asking, where do I begin?
One of the most important parts about our wedding would be the food. Travis is a chef. The day of our wedding, I just want him to be able to relax and actually enjoy the food.
Well, Ricky, Get Married is here to help. We're challenging 2 talented chefs who are the cream of the crop to each whip up wedding menus that cater to Ricky's taste. Which menu will she eat up? And which will she send back?
Beautiful. Stay right there, guys. Hold that kiss.
Say cheese. We'll make sure Ricky puts her best face forward for an engagement photo session with her man, Travis.
Gorgeous. We got it.
And we'll show Ricky how to cook up one of the hottest trends by stirring bright, bold colors in with sophisticated neutrals. Come and get it. We're making planning Ricky's wedding a piece of cake. Hi, I'm Stacy Frankham. Working as a hostess at a busy restaurant and greeting guests, Ricky is cool as a cucumber. But trying to find time to plan her wedding between work and hanging out with her fiancé Travis, Ricky's finding she may have bit off more than she can chew.
I'm Ricky Oliver. I'm 23. I'm in hospitality, and I'm so excited to be getting married.
Travis Monroe, 27. I'm the chef, and I'm getting married. Is that enough excitement there, or no?
I love him because of who I am when I'm with him. He fits me. He's home.
I couldn't imagine being, with anybody else. I love her to death.
Travis has a passion for fishing. I have a passion for laying on the beach with a book.
I enjoy fishing. She likes to tanning more.
We like to go antiquing.
She calls it antiquing. I call it junking. I think if it makes her happy, then it makes me happy. I plan to propose.
I wanted to rent some chick flick, and he did not want to. He wanted to rent Terminator, and I said, we can rent Terminator if you proposed. He said, okay, and checked it out, and I thought it was a trick. And then we were driving around town.
So I ended up going to town square. It was crazy cold. She was kind of pouty and had to get out of the truck.
And we're walking down the sidewalk, and he just stopped and proposed, and I thought it was a trick because of the aforementioned Terminator. And then I started crying and did a little happy dance. And then I made him do a dance, too. When I walk down the aisle, I don't think it's going to feel real. You've thought about it for so long that then one day you're actually in the dress and you're actually walking down the aisle, and it's not just a dress rehearsal, it's life.
Getting married to Ricky is going to be like a new beginning. It's really exciting. I'm looking forward to it.
We are very new to the planning process. We haven't done engagement photos yet, but it would be fantastic if we could do them. One of the most important parts about our wedding would be the food. Travis is a chef. The day of our wedding, I just want him to be able to relax and actually enjoy the food.
Hi, Ricky. I'm Stacy.
Hi, it's so nice to meet you.
Such a pleasure to meet you as well. Thank you so much for being here today. Before we get started, I know you took the Bridal Style Personality Quiz on our website, and it told me that you were a very vintage, girly girl, creative type of bride. Does that sound like it fits you?
That sounds like it fits. Basically, if it has frills, I like it.
Girly girl?
Very girly, but very classic at the same time.
Because of that, I wanted to bring you to the beautiful Vekoma at the Yellow River. It's got a very vintage, rustic type of feel. It's got a beautiful river out back, and it's got a great space where you can pretty much do anything you want to it. So what do you think of the location?
I love Vekoma at the Yellow River. It's actually one of the venues we were considering.
Great. Now, I see that you have the invitation that I sent you, and it's got the purple and the gray and a kind of classic, elegant font to it. So what do you think of the invite?
I like it a lot. It helps make everything more real, seeing my colors and the kind of vintage theme I'm going for.
Ricky, that invitation is actually part of our first surprise we have for you today. I sent it off to 2 wonderful chefs at Vekoma at the Yellow River. Then I challenged them to create an entire brunch menu to match your personality. Later in the show, you get to taste it and pick which is your favorite.
I'm Chef A.B. at Vekoma at the Yellow River, and I accept this challenge.
I am Chef Novus with Vekoma at the Yellow River, and I accept this challenge.
Chef Novus and Chef A.B. have quite the challenge. to each cook up a 3-course brunch with an appetizer, entree, and dessert for Ricky. So to get them started, we sent them information about Ricky for inspiration, including the invitation with her wedding colors,
The invitation has a plum color.
her vintage Southern bridal style, her tastes,
I see they got a nice pretty flower here, so definitely can incorporate flowers.
and added a little pressure by letting them know that her man Travis is a chef as well.
So Travis is going to be pretty knowledgeable, so I can't pull any wool over his eyes, so I'm going to have to be on my A game.
All right, let's see what we got here.
So now that they've gotten to know Ricky, the chefs are off to get great ideas for their 3 courses.
We got some cheese. That give me a start. Brunch is a bit tough because so many different options you have and just don't know what direction to go into. Fredo, got brie. Brie's good for a brunch, but not taking that approach with brie today. Philo, voila.
Chef Novus is thinking of taking a fresh approach to creating her 3 dishes.
Everything I use is fresh. Everything is made from scratch. Never do anything out of a box. I love fresh herbs. Here we have our parsley. Parsley is good for you and it's also beautiful as a garnish. Here is my favorite, basil. I think Ricky and Travis would really appreciate this basil in one of their dishes.
They've started getting their ideas together. So, who's got the recipe for success in this brunch challenge?
Came with a nice salmon appetizer. Using phyllo dough will help get a crisp. And for my second dish, I went with a scrata. The scrata is a baked casserole. It's a southern style dish. For dessert, I went with a flourless chocolate torte.
What's Chef Novus stirring up?
The first thing I'm going to do is the appetizer, which is a tomato tartlet. And I'll be able to use fresh herbs in it. For my main entree, salmon croquettes.
And for dessert?
I'm doing a strawberry peach trifle.
So which chef is going to cook up a win in this brunch challenge?
Chef Nova's going down today.
My competitor, he's good. You know, I'll give him his props, but I'm good too.
As we saw earlier with her invite, Ricky's wedding colors are violet and gray. This is the perfect example of one of the hottest trends we're seeing for brides, coordinating bright, bold colors with cool, classic neutrals. Colors are the easiest way to add a theme to your wedding that reflects your bridal personality. But it also brings up the question every bride must face. Should you use bright, bold colors or neutrals?
Neutral brides are usually the classic brides. A lot of organic brides use a neutral color palette because they're using the earthy greens and the creams and the dark, deep browns.
Color, I definitely think that it brings out more of a feeling of freshness and maybe youthfulness, playfulness.
But can you bring both neutrals and bright colors into your wedding?
I think that while they may live on opposite sides of the color wheel, they have to live together in harmony.
You need to try to keep it simple if you want to use both. Pick a neutral and a bright color and play on those together.
And the perfect place to start is with your invitations. Bringing in neutrals with a splash of color will show your guests that your wedding will be both fun and elegant.
I think when you talk of neutrals, generally we think of black, whites, and ivories. However, what I'm seeing more of is chocolate brown and even steel gray. And it's great because you can incorporate so many different colors.
Just be sure not to go overboard.
If your linen is bright, then what's on your table is a little calmer. If your table is calm, then go crazy with color. Same thing for the bouquets and the bridesmaids' dresses. Make sure that you kind of have that balance. It's the yin and the yang.
Your wedding favors are another great opportunity to bring in both colors and neutrals. Bottom line, you don't have to choose. You can marry the sophistication of a neutral with the fun and whimsy of bright, bold colors for your wedding theme. All right, Ricky, while the chefs are busy preparing your meal, I have your next surprise.
You have been invited to look picture perfect with engagement photos.
That's right, coming up on Get Married.
Beautiful. Stay right there, guys. Hold that kiss.
Ricky will be all smiles at her engagement photo session with her guy, Travis. And we'll check in on Chef Novus Cody and Chef Adrian Bailey as they stir, chop, and bake their way through the wedding menu challenge.
Well, Ricky tell me she like my entree. Whatever left, I share with you.
But first, Ricky and Travis know that a day of fishing requires some proper planning. The same is true for your wedding. We're answering your questions about proper wedding planning from the GetMarried.com wedding chat pages. To see the latest wedding trends, check out Get Married magazine. And to find fantastic